Alright, how you doing today? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and redo this video uh, of my Springfield XD 45. Okay. Um, apparently, the last video that I had, it was during the winter time. I had on a hat and gloves and whatever. Uh, but the audio was a little off. So I'm going to redo this video so that way, y'all can hear me. Okay. Now, first thing first. Okay, let me get this cleared up and out of the way, and we can move on from this bullshit. All right. One, I realized in some of my older videos that my finger was touching the trigger. Okay, I've got a lot of people criticizing me about that. Okay, I realize your finger isn't supposed to be on the trigger. Okay, I'm not fucking stupid. All right, but at the same time, let me clarify myself. All right, I was not squeezing the fucking trigger. Alright? It may have been touching it from time to time, but I was not squeezing the fucking trigger. I wasn't pulling the trigger for it to go off. Alright? I'm not fucking stupid. Alright. Moving on from that subject. Okay. Here's the Springfield XD45. First thing first, your finger's not on the trigger. Always remember that. Okay? You treat a firearm like it's loaded. Okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and rack this back. Okay? I've already done checked it like 6 times. It's not loaded. But you will make sure that it's not loaded anyway. Okay? Not loaded. There's no magazine. There's nothing in the chamber. You want to visually and physically inspect the chamber. Okay? You want to check that ramp. You want to look down in the chamber to make sure that there's, you don't see the back of the bullet. Okay? Now, this is how you take apart Springfield XD. Alright? What you want to do is bring this up like this. Okay? This is called the takedown lever. Alright? From this point, you want to pull the slide back and then go forward. Okay? Now, I'm going to go over something really crucial here. Okay? If you have a blued or black, whatever finish that they call this, I can't remember the name, but anyway, if you have a black version like mine, okay, and you take this takedown lever and you put it up and you bring it forward, what you want to do from that point on, pull the trigger. Okay? Pull the trigger, but you do not, I repeat, you do not pull from the rear. Okay? Because when you pull from the rear, what you'll end up doing is this ledge here, right here, this ledge, right here, what you'll end up doing is you'll end up knocking or bumping this lever down just like a tad bit, and you'll scratch all that finish off of this ledge. Okay? If you're anal, if you're meticulous about your firearms like I am, you want to pull it from the front serrations, okay? Pull it off like this, okay? Pull it just like that, because if you pull it off from the rear and you end up bumping that, man, you're gonna be pissed. You are definitely going to be pissed off. You know, it's your mistake, it's your fault, but you're going to be pissed off at yourself because you scratched the finish. All right, now this is a captive spring. Okay, there's two. There's a bigger one and a smaller one. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to push down on this, push down and out like that. Okay. And pull it out. Okay. Captive means that it won't fly off when you take it out. Okay. Press up on the barrel, you take it out. Okay. All right. Reassembly is the same way. Okay. Put it in there. Put it in there like this. Now, I'm gonna go over this really, really in detail. Okay. Put this back in here. Same way you took it out. Okay. There's a ledge on this barrel that the recoil rod and spring sits on. Okay. you want to make sure that it's straight, just like this. That is even with that ledge. It's even with this piece right here. Back of that guide rod is even with that. Because what will happen is, if it's a little off a little bit, what will happen is, even slightly, some will not. When you put it back on the frame, and you rack it back to take down that lever to put it back down, what happened is it won't go forward. It won't shut. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's definitely center, like this, just like that. I thought I'll go ahead and clear that up. I've never seen any videos on here about an XD take down and reassembly, and someone actually show exactly what's going on as to why their XD won't close. Well, that's why it won't shut. Okay, that's why it won't shut. So be careful when you putting back on this guide rod onto this barrel ledge. You want to make sure that it's even. Okay, just like that. Now put it back on the frame. Make sure it lines up with these rails. Okay, just like that. Make sure it lines up with those rails, like that. Okay, slide it back like this. Okay, slide it back. Then slide this light back and lock it with the slide lock. It's right here. You press up. Okay, take your takedown lever, put it down. Okay, pull back on the slide, and it's assembled. Now, from this point on, I see a lot of people not doing this. Okay, they're not function checking it. When you assemble any handgun, any rifle, any shotgun, you want to do a function check. A lot of people aren't doing that. They're not function checking their firearms. Okay, well, I function check mine. Okay, run the slide, pull the trigger. Run the slide, pull the trigger. Okay, now lock it back. So that way you all know that it's not loaded. I didn't sneak one in there real fast, but it's fully assembled. It's function checking everything, fingering out on the trigger. Even though it's empty, fingering out on the trigger. Okay, always remember that. All right. Now, once again, when you're taking down the XD, you lock it back. You take up the takedown lever. Whatever you do, do not take it off from the rear. Take it off from the front. Take the slide off from the front serrations. I'm telling you now, if you have it all black or blued or whatever that they call it, just like mine, if you have the same color like mine, you take it off from the rear, I guarantee, if you're not paying attention, you will scratch your finish. There's no way around that. If you ain't paying no damn mind to what the fuck you're doing, you will scratch your finish. Trust me. I've got a subcompact 9mm XD, and I did that to that. Yeah, I was pissed. $535. I was pissed. Yeah. Anyway, that concludes that video, and y'all have a nice day. All right.